Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into your reading, no contact with your ex, stages of no contact and what your ex might be thinking. This will be a reading directed towards those Aquarians who have had an ex they haven't been in contact with. So if you are entering the stages of no contact, whether through messages, phone calls, emails, social media, if there's been blocks, if there's been no communication or no responses from this person, then this reading can be for you. Now it could be revolving around an ex-lover, an ex-spouse, maybe someone you sort of fell apart with, maybe that even ghosted you or you ghosted them. You know, there's the bit of the disappearing act here. Then this reading can be insightful. It can be for Aquarian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It will be a general reading, so let's have a look and see what comes up. Aquarius, stages of no contact. And what your ex is thinking. What does Aquarius need to know about where this person is at in terms of healing from the relationship? What stage are they at? And what are they thinking? Okay. Interestingly, the two knights that have come up are the knights that are impulsive and the knights that can be read as a little bit reckless here, Aquarius, okay? Someone is very impulsive, or it's still, your breakup is still conjuring up or evoking a very strong emotional response from this person. They haven't had the time to think and sit with the breakup or heal from it in some way. Now, at first glance, when I see these three cards here, Aqua, I'm greeted with the notion that this person right now is in a stage of relief, okay? So I don't know how recent or how long ago this relationship has terminated. However, the overall message of the cards here is that this person is enjoying their freedom, or is feeling relief from the situation, especially if there was a lot of arguments, if there was a lot of tensions and a lot of unresolved issues that had been going on for quite some time. Then this person is, I feel like they're in a space where they're not thinking about the breakup. Obviously, each situation is going to be different, but I think for a lot of you people, the cards could definitely be indicating that this person has swept their emotions under the rug. And we need to deal with breakups, and we need to deal with these heartfelt moments. And I think this is a person who's trying to avoid actually healing from this, or is trying to just cover it up. And obviously it's going to come out eventually, because we always need to deal with some sort of loss in our lives, especially with breakups. So there's definitely emotional trauma here, Aquarius. They might be acting a certain way and might be like trying to, brush their hands off this completely. But I definitely feel like the cards are validating that this person is using that as a mechanism, to heal from this, or as a mechanism to almost convince themselves they're okay. And I say that because you've got the knights here. Now, both of these knights, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, you can see that they're in action. Okay, so that's what they have in common. They're in action and they're urging towards something, often seen as irrational, fast-paced, impulsive, or motivated. And what's also coming up around them is they've got the Four of Wands, which is often seen as a card of celebration, as a card of joy, as a card of trying to distract ourselves with company and with activities that distract us, keep us in this happy state. So I definitely feel this person is currently resorting to temporary fixes for a long-term process, because the healing process of a breakup doesn't happen instantly. So I do feel like this person has, so essentially what I'm trying to get at here, Aquarius, is that this person has pushed away the healing process, has pushed away essentially dealing with whatever happened, whether they walked away from you, you walked away from them, whatever happened here, whatever was the catalyst, however this came to be, however this came to fruition, Aqua, I'm convinced that this person right now is trying to keep themselves busy. They're trying to be optimistic, but I feel like this irrationality is only going to come back and bite them in the bum. I mean, maybe it's their way of dealing with things, though. Maybe it's just how they are. They push things away. There's avoidance here. Maybe they don't really necessarily want to deal with it head on. they feel like, you know, if they distract themselves, then it'll all just go away, and that's not really the case, because the problem is still there, and these temporary measures don't fix something. Okay, they're only temporary. So going out and having fun is only temporary. You know, talking to new people, entering a rebound relationship. Some of you will hear that this person is in a rebound connection. They've gone back to even an ex or someone they previously dated. The Four of Wands can often be a card of union and bondship and marriage. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you, a lot of you in fact, hear that this person has gone into a relationship very, very quickly. Okay, there's two cards that advocate impulsive activity. So if this is coming up around them, Aqua, I'm convinced that that they're definitely jumping into things too quickly, and that's not healthy. The psychology behind them jumping into things too quickly would be attributed to the fact that they're trying to compensate for the loss, and trying to, I guess, soothe their anxiety and soothe their depression, or soothe what they're currently feeling by finding another person, whether it's someone they've known from the past, or it's a new lover, or it's a fling. It's their way of dealing with things. So essentially, I guess they haven't completely avoided it, because in them getting a new partner, for those Aquarians that hear that this person has jumped into a union very, very quickly, which you may, it shows that they're still very much in the early stage of this healing process. And, you know, research indicates more often than not, these rebound relationships tend to expire fairly quickly. The reason being, you know, once they meet in that initial attraction and the influx of oxytocin and serotonin and dopamine and all that chemical connection that they feel, eventually those you know, those things subside, and eventually we get hit with the reality of things, and eventually they're going to, it's going to come to them that they've lost you, or they've lost touch with you, or whatever's happened here. And it's going to be tough for them to deal with. And I think it most certainly puts pressure on that rebound relationship. And in my opinion, I think it aids a bit of, I guess, tension. It fuels tension in rebound relationships, because that person is still healing from a previous relationship whilst trying to make a new one work. And it doesn't work because it's this irresponsibility. You know, you can see the horse, it's almost looking back in caution, and he's so determined. Or she is so determined to get to this level. I mean, I don't know. I think this person is, you see how the clouds are hazy, that it's very fast paced. I feel like this person is still in a fog. I don't think they're currently thinking very clearly, Aquarius. I also feel like because of this impulsive activity, if you do have any contact with them, they may say things that they don't mean. They may be very quick to judge. They may be very quick to block. They may be very quick to get angered. The wands can represent fire. Fire can be seen as anger, okay, wrath, spitefulness, lust, you know, that sort of tension here. So, and you can see this, it almost looks like flames fanning behind him. So, you know, in the triangles, the pyramids in the background, triangles is symbolism for fire here. So I definitely feel like that person right now is still in a somewhat angered state. For some of you, of course, this person could be changing. There might be shifts, but I think from what I'm seeing in the overall cards here, and of course I can't predict everything for every single Aquarian watching, but I definitely feel for a lot of you, I definitely feel for a lot of you that you know, it's really going to shift things, especially for this person. But things are happening too fast paced for them right now, or they're not thinking clearly. You know, it's not the deep contemplation of the, say for example, the Seven of Pentacles, where we see a figure who's assessing his options, and the pentacles that are nestled in the bush. You know, it's not that deep contemplation. It's not the Four of Cups, where he was about to have some sort of revelation or epiphany. These cards, you know, these knights were often sent on a mission. Knights had these agendas, and knights, you know, it's if we go to that symbolism here, what I'm trying to say is that right now this person is on a mission to either say something that they may come to regret, on a mission to go into a rebound relationship. And this, it shows that they're very much still in the early stages of healing, Aquarius. You know, I don't think they've passed the initial stages of relief and elation. I think that's actually, in fact, what they're going through. So you might see them acting out of character. You might see them jump into a relationship. You might see them partying, going out, celebrating. You know, this one almost looks reckless here. So you might even see reckless behavior or activity. And you must remember that this is an emotional response to whatever's happened here. This is their mechanism for dealing with things. And it's a process that needs to happen. You know, the healing process happens in stages. And I feel like right now they're still very much in the early stage of what's happening. And I feel like they're going to need time. So if you're waiting for this person to come around, or if you do make contact, you're not going to get much progress with them. It's almost like a brick wall, or they're going to be very impulsive, and it's just going to become argumentative, or it's just going to become too much to bear, too much to handle. So right now, I don't feel it's an optimal time. They need that time to celebrate their newfound freedom, or the freedom that they've had for a while. And sometimes they need those other relationships. They need those rebound relationships. Why? Because they need to, and they will, okay, psychologically they will. They need to contrast you to other people. And that's what they're going to do. We all do it. We compare new relationships with our exes, with the things we're familiar with. So the things that this person does and doesn't do, you know, it's definitely going to be compared to you and how you were in the relationship as well, Aqua. So you need to give them time right now, okay? They need a lot of time. They're thinking irrationally, I think, okay? I will leave your reading at that though, Aqua, so thank you again for tuning in. Please feel free to leave behind a like, a share, or a subscribe. That would really mean a lot. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll catch you very, very soon. So take care, everyone. Much love, and until next time, bye for now.